Hello everyone, Brett here, Lionheart84, and I made an impromptu visit to Kew Gardens today. Thought I'd take a rare day off, see what there is of interest here. We're in the middle of November, so it's nice to see that there's still loads of colour in this border here, because a lot of the plants of course have gone completely dormant. I think they call this the Savia Boulder. I should probably make a little group of short videos. Don't think I'll put them all together into one long video. I'll just make a few short ones, see if there's anything interesting to film. Visit a few old favourites. Salvias are absolutely fabulous. Amazing what a good display they're doing. On one side I've got the Savia Boulder, on the other side we've got the Alpine Garden in the background, where I'll be going next, the Princess of Wales Conservatory. Lots of interesting alpines for people who are interested, but I'm not knowledgeable enough about them. Looks like a non-stop maintenance job to me. So I thought I'd pay a quick visit to the one of 2 or 3 pineapple guavas at Kew Gardens. Sadly, there's no fruits on this one this year. This has been absolutely chopped back to within an inch of its life. It was obviously completely out of control size-wise, so they've cut it back really, really hard. Obviously won't have flowered this year because it's been taken right back to the main trunk, so I guess it'll be another year before it'll be next year before it flowers and possibly fruits again. I have tried a fruit off this plant before. It's quite a pleasant flavour. No name variety, I shouldn't think, but it does produce quite decent fruit. It's a shame there's none on it this year, but it's obviously been cut back very hard. Annihilated, I would say, almost, but they do come back really well from being cut back hard, and obviously this will flower, I'm sure, heavily next year. I'd stop and look at this beauty, the spiral aloe polyphylla. Have heard of it. Stunning looking plant because it grows in what appears to be a spiral when you see it like that. This is a huge one. Perfectly hardy outside, as long as they're on an extremely dry location. This one's in obviously a crevice in the Alpine Garden, so water doesn't get trapped in the rosette because it's planted at an angle, and that's the key to success if you're going to try growing one. Amazing specimen. At least there's some colour here available in November. Pretty little bulb. I believe it's a Narin species. I think it's Narin alter if I'm reading that correctly. I'm mostly going to concentrate on the greenhouses today because the weather's not very nice, it's a bit damp. So just having a quick look inside the Alpine house. If you haven't been here to Kew, one of the Alpine houses, it's where they put the plants that need little protection from getting too wet. Scilla nigeriensis. What a pretty looking plant. Basically they keep this place well ventilated. It won't be heated at all, I don't think. It just has good ventilation to keep the damp and humidity out. And it obviously protects these soft leaf plants that are prone to leaf rot. Lovely smell in here. So somebody was scented among the flowers. That says Narin humilis. That's not the Narin, no. Androsymbium gramineum. Fascinating. I had to quickly film this. This is a mountain gum. Eucalyptus dalrympliana. Absolutely startling. Don't know if the eucalyptus next to it is the same variety or another one, but that bark's absolutely incredible. Very, very substantial trees these are. Worth a short part of the video. Probably good 70 or 80 feet tall. Incidentally, if you didn't realise, I did decide to do this as one long standalone video rather than keep breaking them up. More nerines here. Lovely autumn colour. Same climbers I've got in my garden, and a Akebia quinata. Chocolate vine, semi-evergreen, obviously no fruits on them at this time of the year. And they might not have two varieties, which means they might not get fruit on it anyway. Very fast growing climber. Bottle brush or callistemon, I think. Maybe not. Can't see a label on it. If it is, it's not been damaged by frost this year. I'm actually trying to walk around a couple of parts of the gardens that I don't think I've ever seen or don't normally go to. It's so extensive. These are this is another walled garden. One great thing about Kew is it has fabulous walled gardens in some areas, which means they can grow some plants that need very sheltered areas. They do a lot of education here at Kew, so they have lots of schools here for botanical gardening. You can see these lovely brick walls have got round, make it very practical for growing quite unusual gravel garden for ones that like to be dry, like nerines of course. Bulbs rot if they get too wet. Palm tree there. It's a Canary Island date palm, quite a small one, looks like they've cut a lot of leaves off it. But these walls are perfect for growing climbers that need shelter. Goodness only knows how many staff they have at this place. Must be hundreds and hundreds of staff for maintenance. Dwarf fan palm, Charmrops humilis. More sheltered walls here for growing unusual climbers. Of course, this time of year a lot of them have died back by now. Nice to come in summer if you want to see some of these things in flower, of course. Said that, some things are just starting to come into flower, like this yucca. Flower stems on the way up. And this one, of course, definitely is a bottle brush or callistemon. The other one wasn't, probably some kind of myrtle, the other plant. Obviously didn't suffer from the cold damage that my outer London ones did. And if you're into lawns, sorry, if you're into types of ornamental grasses, Kew is the place to come if you want to see every type of ornamental grass under the sun. Look at this. I mean, I'm not into ornamental grasses, but you can't help but be impressed by the displays here. If this sort of vegetation interests you. Variegated miscanthus. Anyway, that's enough grasses for now to sort of show them quickly. Just walking along the Princess of Wales Conservatory here, which is an absolutely fabulous greenhouse to visit, and I'll be going in just a minute. So about the aircraft going overhead, and we'll obviously I'll video a couple of bits in the glass houses for anybody interested. One thing they do have here is fabulous water displays. No doubt there'll be some fish here. And as you can probably see, with a little bit of shelter from the rain, an amazing cactus display outside, unprotected. Key is to keep them dry. They can tolerate the cold quite well as long as they're not too wet, which rots the roots, and if they get frosty can cause the stems to burst. This first section is what they normally refer to as the arid zone, obviously where it's dry. They will of course hydrate here when need be. There's a fruit on that Opuntia. No, I won't be picking any today, even if they are edible. Opuntia microdacis back there. Some very interesting looking succulents. We may get a lot of loud noises in here today because there's quite a few school trips, because this is during the week. I love these little living stones, one of my favourite succulents. I used to have some, but they all died from rotting. You only have to water them very rarely. It's going to be noisy today with school children around, so we'll try and film in between groups. And they call these living stones the lithops because obviously they blend in with the stony background, so it's not so easy for pests to spot them. Some of them look just like stones. You can see those pink ones there. Remarkable. Okay, I think it's time to stop videoing. You know, Cactus grusonii, another one that I used to have one of, but after many years it got killed by rot. Have to get quite large before they'll actually flower. And very serious behind it. Just a fun day out for kids. I don't think they're going to learn much here. I don't think the teachers have a clue what most of the plants are either. I think it just gives them a break from school occasionally. This little area is called seasonally arid. They make an effort to keep this bit particularly dry at certain times. It's a little microclimate in here. That one there looks like an alien plant. I've seen these before when they're flowering. Doesn't look very happy this time of the year. Various Senecio or Senecios. This might turn into a very long video. Various Gasterias, Haworthias and Aloes in here. If you've never been to Kew, you really are missing something, which of course is not ideal if you're not in the London area, but if you are in the London area and you haven't visited, you're missing out badly. Let's walk around the other side. Looks like they've got plenty of planting planned out here. Yeah, work in progress. They're going to replant this zone. Various Ioniums, giant Aloes. This is pretty. Euphorbia, a succulent. Although they're spiny, they're more of a succulent. Looks like it's putting on new growth or flower buds soon from the looks of things, those light green bits. Oh, let's pause the video. One of my favourite zones, the temperate carnivorous. Regular gigantea, butterworts.
Oh my god, yes.
Loads of various pitcher plants here, and look, they're in flower. Fabulous. This is the Drosera area, some juice. I used to grow carnivorous plants, but I don't have room for them anymore, but perhaps one day I'll get some again. There you go. Those Roseras.
Good, as soon as the plants here, but where is that plant?
Sarracenias are an amazing display. They don't flower this time of year, and the trumpets die back a bit in winter. Nevertheless, still some incredible looking plants here. I used to have that one Sarracenia leucophylla. I think I killed it because I wasn't watering it with rainwater. Something to bear in mind. The Sarracenia flavas died back for the winter.
Bless you.
Various Venus flytraps. Yeah, a lot of these plants are dying back for winter now. It's Darlingtonia. Sarracenia purpurea. And these are hardy outside, some of them as well, if you've got the right ones. If you're watching this bit, Peter, you like your colocasias, this one's Black Magic. I'll incorporate it into the video and probably do a shorts video as well for it. Lovely leaf colour. Don't know if it's an edible one. Back in the main part of the greenhouse.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Various heliconias here. Finished flowering, but these bracts stay on a lot longer.
Brody is a ghost.
Plants to interest everybody here. There's terrariums. Miniature orchids. Tropical terrarium, and of course, if you like large fish, I'm sure you can see those. There's some pretty substantial fish in here, which of course the scorpions absolutely love, not surprisingly, and so do I. Looks like they get algae on the glass just like I do on my aquarium. I don't know what the large ones are there. Lots of small ones in there. I think those are probably guppies. Too small to get noticed by the large fish, I should imagine. Plants. This part of the video for you, Gary, and I'll do it as a standalone video as well. There's the cocoa pods. Theobroma cacao. We're doing very well with these now at Kew. In the time when they struggled to get them, now they're absolutely chock-a-block full of cocoa pods and trees. They've all got the climate just perfect in this greenhouse. Look at that, loads and loads of ripe cocoa. Just that right size and stuff, trying to show flowering plants today as well as cocoa for people that are interested. Well, I'm fairly knowledgeable, I don't know what a lot of these are. They're doing some kind of surveying in here today, I'm not sure what they're surveying.
Okay, when it's dark, this is the find your way out.
Bit of a maze, this place, finding your way around it sometimes. Oh, I've never seen this before. Look at that. Miracle fruit. I never knew they had this plant. Every time I come, I discover something different. It hasn't got any berries on it. Of course it has up there, but they're not ripe. I would love to have tried a miracle fruit berry. That would be a bit cheeky to pick one. Obviously suits it growing in these conservatory conditions. Continue to walk up round here. There's exciting bromeliads. This is the bromeliad area here, as you can see. Oh, there's passifloras either died or been cut back. Phoenicia probably got too big. But there's another passion flower up there. I don't think you better see the flowers. Let's see if I can zoom in a bit. Not quite visible. There it is. Maybe that's the same variety as the one that's been cut back. carnivorous bananas. Musa zebrina, that says on the label. Okay, so now we're heading into the tropical carnivorous house. I've only got a small section here, but these are all nepenthes. It's actually surprisingly cool in here. I imagined it was going to be a lot warmer, but it's not. Of course, not everything is a carnivorous plant in here. I have got other little shrubs and various ferns and things. More challenging to grow carnivorous plants, all the tropical ones anyway, because they need both humidity and the correct temperatures. Real rainforest jungle plants. Okay, so the fruit growing enthusiast amongst us, this tall plant here is a coffee plant. Hopefully you'll be able to see the beans on here developing. It's obviously flowered earlier in the year. Don't know how long they take from flower to bean, but they're nowhere near ripe yet. But interesting to see it's got coffee beans on it. It's obviously relatively humid in here. There's lots of dried out beans on the tree, so I'm guessing they don't bother picking them to make their own coffee. More of these stunning blue looking flowers, whatever they are. There's another corner for bromeliads and air plants, and some orchids as well. Titan. Oh, I wonder what it was. Look at the leaf and stem on this. It's just a single leaf. Unbelievable. I think it flowers once every few years. Worth coming here just for the exotic flowers and colours. Anthuriums in flower. Who wouldn't want to have this greenhouse in their garden? And the next zone we're going through into is the temperate orchids. Probably won't be too many in flower this time of the year. Oh, well, those oncidiums look fabulous. I think it's an oncidium. No doubt the orchid experts will tell me. I have to protect the rare ones. Put them in here when they're in flower so people don't pick them or help themselves to cuttings. Paphiopedilum is one of my favourite. Getting them to reflower is always a struggle. I have got plants that are keeping quite healthy. Hopefully you can see these through the glass properly. We're going through into the tropical orchid zone now. More Paphiopedilums.
Epiporgy of
Paphiopedilums, cat's layer orchids. Look at that summer.
Now, there are lots and lots of flowers behind me. Is anybody spotting what type of flower they are? Orchids. Have any of you seen orchids before? So this is when we were talking about Darwin and Wallace earlier. Now, when Darwin total flowers that he found, Charles Darwin found this orchid. We call it Darwin's orchid. And
Let's get a picture of this Paphiopedilum down here. This is startling. Oh, it's a Phragmipedium.
So do you remember that bees like nectar? Well, on this plant, the nectar is only in a little bit here.
Wow.
So it wasn't pollinated by bees. And nobody knew what animals pollinated it. We only did get all our bees. Wasn't bee pollinated, you thinking?
Watch where you're stepping when you're walking around. You don't trip down steps while you're filming.
What Charles Darwin realised was it was something that had a plant.
Now into the tropical fern greenhouse. Of course, not everything in here is a fern. Still got some amazing flowers as well, and a little busy Lizzie thrown in here for good luck. There's a Medinilla magnifica, memory serves me right. You can easily get lost in this place. And I said this is just the Princess of Wales Conservatory here. We haven't even gone to the large greenhouses yet. We're doing those a little bit later. Oh, some little bananas there. Might be Musa Velutina, I'm not sure. No label that I can see. Certainly got lots of little bananas on it. And through now into the temperate fern zone. Certainly a lot cooler in here, that's for sure.
That's often used in like drones and displays. It's a really good material for mounting small ferns and other epiphytes onto.
Bougainvilleas in here, obviously the temperature's just right for it.
That nothing retains a lot of nice moisture, and then the liquid feed that we use can soak into it as well. So there's a lot of good stuff that you can grow on tree ferns. No, it's well,
Back through into the tropical rainforest section. Look at the leaves on this, got to be an alocasia or colocasia. Certainly don't get this big in your house. They're calling it a cocoa yam. Xanthosoma No, that's the wrong label. That's that little plant down there, I'm sure. I don't know what this large one is. I'm sure it's a colocasia of some sort. See the flowers there.
Thank you very much.
Now walked into the temperate fern zone.
And it's this whole building's a bit of a maze.
Yeah.
So if you did anything in here, you'd have to sign.
Really sponge.
Exactly.
We'll go through into the temperate displays in a minute. I'm just going to go back into the fern house because I think I missed a bit.
Oh yeah,
It's got that like apocalyptic.
So we're now into the temperate display zone, and interestingly, rather like my fruits at home, there are various Lilypillies here, and they've just about got some fruits on them that are developing. Now, this one here, which hasn't got any fruits on it, although it's got a few flowers, is called a blue Lilypilly, Syzygium oleosum, which is interesting because that's not one of the two that I've got. There's no label on this one in the floor here, but this looks like a smithy eye to me, but it isn't labelled. One over here is paniculatum, which I have got. This one's Syzygium paniculatum, has got some fruits on it. This is the magenta cherry, pretty small to be honest, but you can see the leaves are the same as the one I've got at home, same size leaves. There's another Lilypilly next to it. No label on it, so I'm guessing it's another paniculatum. This one hasn't got any fruits on it at all, so I don't feel I'm doing too badly after all with mine. Now they're fruiting. You might expect to come into here and see something like guavas, but these are probably mostly Australian plants, so therefore there may not be any guavas in here at all. Although strawberry guavas would probably grow well in this climate. Well, I'm pleased that I've got one of those Lilypillies. Some Brugmansias here. This one is a passion flower of some sort in this pot. Passiflora times violotia. Flowers aren't quite open, unfortunately. Oh, wait a minute, yes they are. Oh no, this is Passiflora Kew Gardens. Okay, so they've bred this one here. Lovely. Well, we've got loads of Lilypillies here. Here's another one, also Syzygium paniculatum. This one's covered in fruits. Obviously they grow them, loads of them here because they're very easy to grow. You see loads of mouldy fruits on it. And there's another one over here, also paniculatum. They haven't got any smithy eye, interestingly. This one's got just developing fruits on it. Just starting to get a hint of pink on them, but they're still white basically, so they're way underripe. But interesting to see it doing well in this cool temperate greenhouse. Just makes a bit of a difference for them. And you can tell the climate here is a mimosa in full flower. Quick walk over this side. This looks like very similar to an avocado, but it says it's a magnolia. And there we go. Yeah, I can see from the leaf buds at the end now it's a magnolia. Very similar leaves to an avocado. bit was worth videoing. Little tunnel with lights on it. Don't know if it's here permanently or just for Christmas. Show me from this side. All very lovely. You're still in the tropical ferns section here. I've walked back out of the temperate zone. And we're going to head off to the exit. And we've covered all the Lilypillies. Various other passion flowers in here. Banana of some description. I'll let Peter identify that one.
Well, there's a lot of Australian plants to that. Yes, it's a little bit more what we also find in
More Brugmansias. And we're now going to head out and walk over to the other greenhouses. Lovely smell in here from the Brugmansias. Okay, next greenhouse. Well, as I walked around the gardens, I've just spotted this Plantation trifoliata here. See the green fruits developing, but further up the tree there are fully developed orange fruits. I don't think it's a twisted one. In fact, I'm quite surprised, to be honest. It's got both fully developed orange fruits on it and all these green ones, so this must flower and fruit in two flushes here. These are going yellow now because these are deciduous or semi-deciduous. I don't know if those other fruits will ripen, but it's covered in them up there. And that's, as I said, a Plantation trifoliata, I believe. Doesn't look like the twisted stemmed one. It's even got a few flower buds on it still. Amazing. Really good sized plants as well. Got 12 to 15 feet tall and much wider. Just heading towards the next greenhouse, which will be, I think, the temperate greenhouse. And I think they call this main walkway the Broad Walk, if I remember rightly. Got these nice conically trimmed yew trees or yew bushes. Up there is the sculpture known as the Hive. I'm not going to walk up to that and film that today. I've done it before. Somewhere around the gardens I've previously seen a date plum, Diasporus lotus. Can't remember exactly where it is. If I happen to stumble across it, I'll film that as well. Can't remember exactly where it is, to be honest. I think they're near the Osage orange, but I can't remember where they are either. This place is so vast you tend to lose track of what direction you're walking in. But it's just a joy to walk around here, especially when it's not actually, although it's miserable looking today, it's not raining. And of course got all the autumn colours, which makes it particularly attractive. Time is of the essence today because the greenhouses close at 2 o'clock and it's 12:15. Because it's winter, the whole garden's closed by 3 o'clock at this time of the year because of the lack of light, so you have to get a move on if you want to try and see everything. Right, let's carry on with the walk. Actually, of course, it's the palm house that's before the temperate house, so I will be going in there in a minute and carrying on with the video. But before I go to the palm house, it's open. I'm going to go to the water lily house. I have to watch out here. There's loads of electric vehicles running around, it's like golf buggies. It's very easy to, probably, I'm sure they wouldn't run you over, but very easy to get run over if you don't keep an eye out for them. If they weren't concentrating, perhaps they'd be on their phone or something. hope that the palm house is open, and I hope that the water lily house is open today. Looks like the doors are ajar, so I'm assuming they are allowing entry. Oh no, it's closed off, what a shame. It's close to the winter. Hopefully that won't be the same for the palm house. No, definitely open. Closes at 2 PM. Oh, let's go inside. Oh, it's warm in here. Immediately I've come in, my glass has steamed up, and hopefully the camera lens won't steam up. Let me just pause for a minute as we go through the Australasia zone. Sorry, I had to stop while I demisted my glasses. I couldn't actually see anything. It's very warm and steamy in here. Beetle nut palm.
And oh my god, I'm done with you. And you can fight him.
Fascinating plants. Palm that flowers underground. Plant removal is theft. Yep. Very understandable as well. Rattans. It's used to make your rattan furniture if you've ever had any. I will try and cover all of the areas of the palm house very quickly. Must be fascinating down there where all the workings are.
Australia, Asia, and the Pacific.
Just cover the Australian zone first quickly before I move to the Asian zone. Okay, there's the carambola, or starfruit plants. Hasn't looked the healthiest plant here. They've obviously had to cut it back a lot. You can see all the cutback stems here. No sign of any fruits on it. It's possible that it's not self-fertile or not flowered this year, but it's still nice to see it's alive. There's a macadamia here. Well, although the label's there, I can't see the actual plant. And again, oh, it's right up. I think it's right up there, but again, no nuts on it. Doesn't look very healthy. It's extremely chlorophytic. Despite their fabulous growing conditions here, they still don't manage to keep all plants happy, not surprisingly. There's still plants that are suffering, not as healthy as they could be. Ebony for the wood. Loads of ginger here. Not much in flower at the moment, of course, or fruit. Filaria capitata, got berries on it. I would imagine they're highly poisonous. Banyan. With the aerial roots, of course. Let's pause this bit of the video. Now, this is quite exciting as I only actually featured this a couple of days ago, my own plants. This, believe it or not, here, and I've never seen it before, is a Plinia cauliflora. So this is a Jaboticaba, and they're actually trying to air layer it there, so it can be done. And there's another air layer up there as well, so they are air layering it. No sign of any, even though these stems are quite mature, there's no sign of any flower bud development on the stems, unfortunately. So it just goes to show that in our climate, even in a greenhouse, they get to be to quite a considerable size to actually produce fruits, or it might not be the right time of the year. I mean, this is quite a mature looking plant, overall height about 10 feet, and the stems look big enough to have flowers on, but there's absolutely no sign of any flower development on any of these stems, so perhaps it hasn't reached maturity yet. That's the first time I've ever seen it, because I didn't know what I was looking for, and now I do. I keep seeing other interesting plants. So that's a Jaboticaba, and that's a Sabara type. That's definitely the same as what I've got. The leaves look identical. Interestingly, even here they've got brown tips on the leaves, just the same as mine. Amazing. If you're watching this part of the video, Gary, here's another coffee plant here. This looks a bit healthier than the one that was in the Princess of Wales Conservatory, so maybe this suits it better. Covered in coffee beans. No ripe ones, of course, but no sign of any dieback or browning of the leaves on this one. In fact, they've got several here. They're obviously growing a little coffee plantation, because there's a plant there. And another one here, Coffee Arabica. That is the normal, regular coffee plant. Surprised it didn't have a big label saying it was a coffee plant, to be honest. Interestingly, no beans whatsoever on this one, and yet the other one was absolutely covered in beans. You just can't tell sometimes. Another plant I've noticed for the first time, Diasporus nigra. Black sapote, chocolate pudding fruit. Sadly, I don't know why the tropical fruits suffer here so badly, but it's another one that's been cut back. So it's just there, and it's got a couple of side shoots coming out on it, which of course haven't got any flowers or fruits on it. I don't know why the tropical fruit plants they have in here never seem to be doing any good. Very rare to see them thriving, apart from the coffee I just filmed. Still don't recall ever seeing any guavas in here, but I'm sure I must have them somewhere. More air layering happening here. I think that's how they reproduce most of the plants. Yeah, shame about the chocolate pudding tree. There's certainly nothing on that of interest. That's in the America section of the palm house. I will climb up the stairs and go upstairs in a minute.
Look, there's a leaf on the puzzle. Yeah.
It's warm in here. Savia palm. We are so there of interest. There's an Inga here, an ice cream bean species. I've seen the leaves before when I've been in here. I recognise the leaves when I climbed up. Haven't seen any flowers or pods on it at all. Whether or not this one produces anything edible, I don't know. It's quite a substantial tree. It's defoliating a little bit. And actually, I'm just going to walk back here because I've just spotted, hidden above my head here, not what I used to see. There's a papaya, carica papaya. And there up there are some fruits. All ready to drop on someone's head when they ripen off. Amazing how you miss these things sometimes. As I said, every time you come, you see different plants. Sometimes you need to see the Latin names to actually realise what there is tucked away between other plants, because you don't always recognise them. Here we are, here's the tamarind tree here. There's a tamarind, no pods on it at all. Whether or not it's flowered, I don't know. But Tamarindus indica. Yeah, no sign of any no sign of any fruits. Here's another one for you, Gary. There's a very weedy looking mango here. As you said, probably a seedling rather than one. I don't think it helps that it's in a big pot, to be honest. That must be very, very root restricted, which is probably why it looks so useless. Interesting looking palm next to it. Yeah, doesn't look much else in my seedling mangoes, except it's probably lasted a lot more years than mine has. I do wish they'd put it in the ground to give it a chance to grow properly though. Far too many boring jungle plants for me here, when they could be growing some fascinating tropical fruit plants. I'm sure you'd agree with me, Gary. Liberian coffee, Coffea liberica. Not familiar with that one, but look at the huge leaves. It's only a young plant, but nevertheless. One behind it says cola, so I presume that's a cola nut. African mangosteen, Garcinia livingstoneii. Now, I did not know they had a mangosteen here. You really do learn new things every time you come. Fascinating. It looks really healthy as well, actually. No flowers or fruits, of course. Probably got about another 10 years to go, but nevertheless very exciting to see. Another coffee. Robusta coffee. This one's Coffea carnivorous. Has got coffee beans on it, quite a lot of them, none ripening. Breeding future-proof coffee. I'm now climbing the stairs to the upper levels of the farmhouse. Sadly, you can see the deterioration here. It really needs some work on it again. The maintenance is non-stop on this place, although it does look as if it's got good red oxide primer underneath the peeling paint. That's the problem of the condensation in here, and considering the age of the greenhouse. does give you a good overview of that amazing palm there. Of course, you don't know what the plants are from this high up. Sometimes I look at them and think, oh, the leaves look familiar. They look familiar on this one, but then you've got to go down again to read what the labels are at the bottom. Quite a substantial tree. And of course, when you walk around here, you can see the ice cream bean tree from above. Here's the ice cream bean tree trying to grow out of the top of the conservatory. No flowers or fruits on it. It looks somewhat healthier than mine, that's for sure. But it's not Inga edulis, it's another Inga. Surprising how tall some of these ornamental trees actually grow. There's another one that looks familiar. Looks a little bit like a pistachio, but I don't think it is. As I said, they don't label them at the top, unfortunately, so you can't. You have to go down and try and find the labels downstairs to find out what they are. Another familiar looking leaf. Almost looks like a, no, it almost looks like a lychee or longan. I don't think it is. However, I will go down and check the label at the bottom just in case it is. If I remember right, they had to cut down one palm tree that actually broke through the roof many years ago. Just got too big for the palm house. We'll go down and see what some of these other plants are, because they do look very familiar. Well, one of the ones I saw from up the top was a cannonball tree. I can't see the leaves from down here. Let's see if anything else is familiar. Well, we've got hi. Children keeping us company again. Doesn't know she's going to be on a YouTube video, maybe. Let's see if any of these familiar looking plants down here. Can't unfortunately see labels on some of them. I don't know, this is producing flowers, this one here. Just kind of wondered if it was something like a lychee or longan, but no labels on it. Soursop, Nona muricata. I thought they looked familiar. This little plant here, again no flowers or fruits on it, but at least it looks healthier than my seedling. Another plant that I've never seen before. Not sure how old it is, probably not that old. No flowers on it at all. The other tall one next to it was a Brosimum alicastrum. Not a fruiting plant as far as I know. Although the leaves look familiar, it wasn't what I thought it was. Unfortunately, it's now raining on me, but I'm still giving a chance to show you. I have a small orchard, if you like, here of date plums, Spiros lotus. Now this one is a Virginiana, which is an American persimmon. It's a seedling one. They're much smaller than the fruits on my name varieties, which is why people develop the fruiting ones. And here is, I think, another date plum here. Some of these dark brown ones look as if they might almost be of a edible standard. I don't think I mind me trying one as there's thousands on the tree. Let's just see. Literally got 3 seeds in that tiny little fruit. Not astringent. I wasn't sure if they'd have an Asian one here, but you can see it's absolutely totally loaded in fruits. Perhaps not interesting to the squirrels, maybe, I don't know. But they've got a whole collection of them here. I think this is another, this might be another American one, Virginiana. Yeah, Virginiana. These are obviously seedling grown ones because these fruits are no bigger than, I don't know what size here, about an inch across. None are ripe yet. They seem to be doing very well outside here, but you can see why growing them from seed is such a gamble. Another one that's lost all its leaves already. I'm just wondering if it's even alive because I can't see any fruits on it at all. It might have gone into dormancy earlier. No, oh, I was going to say no khaki here. I'll tell a lie. Unbelievable, look what I've just seen at a distance. I should make this into, I shall also do a standalone video on this. Wowee. You can get a shot if you pick one of these. Now this is probably a grafted tree then. Let's see what it says. It just says Diospyros khaki. It looks a bit like a Rojo Brillant to me. Very little damage from birds, I've got to say. Almost nothing on it. Just that one fruit there seems to have been pecked, so maybe the birds aren't interested in them, I don't know. Don't know what variety it is. It's got an unusual quad shape to it, so it doesn't actually look like a doesn't really look like a Rojo Brillant at all. I'll do a shorts video on this one for people interested. Okay, just a quick apology. I've just left Kew. Unfortunately, the video got cut extremely abruptly short. I never had a chance to film the third greenhouse, a temperate one, unfortunately, because the phone battery died on me, and I've just managed to charge it up for a few minutes in the cafe at Kew, but just thought I'd explain why it's such an abrupt ending to the video, and I didn't actually manage to film the bit that I expected to, which was the conservatory, which is a shame because there are a lot of interesting tropical fruit plants in there, which some of which I hadn't featured before. But never mind, that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. So I'm walking back towards the station now, but perhaps I'll get a chance to go. I'm not going to go again in winter because it'll all be too cold and miserable when it closes early as well in winter because of the daylight hours. But I will go back in the spring and do a tour of the temperate greenhouse for anyone that's interested. So I'll just take a walk back to the station. Thanks for watching the video. Please give me a thumbs up. Obviously, you can share the video if you think it'll really be interesting in Kew. Do subscribe to my channel. Remember to click on the bell if you'd like updates on new videos as they come out. I'll see you all soon. Brett out for now.